I mean, we know who's going in D tier. Wait, there's no F tier? A, B, C, D. Shouldn't there be an F tier? I feel like a lot of people are gonna look at this in an objective way. My list is gonna be very different, I think. I think a lot of players would look at this as like, S tier means best hero. Like the best, most optimal, objectively the best hero. Like the most well-rounded, the most like dominant, the most, you know, highest win rate, highest like whatever the case may be. They're going to look at it in like an optimal way. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to try to look at it from the perspective of like whether or not I think the hero is cool conceptually, and or whether or not I like playing the hero, whether or not I like playing against the hero. Okay, I'd be lying if I said that like some influence would come from how powerful the hero is in game. But you have to consider like who it's in the hands of and other things like that. I can't look at it even objectively like that because I don't play at the highest tier anyway, so it wouldn't even matter if I did. Dude, I think I need another tier though. I think I need an F tier for like just absolute hate. Like worst, like just most hated. I'm gonna put in F. Wait. No, wait. What was it set to? This? Add row below. We're going to call this F. And that's it. F tier. This just means we're starting at the bottom again. It just means like I fucking hate the hero or something, or like whatever the case may be. Prime example right here. Probably maybe my most hated hero in the game. Maybe. I fucking hate Huskar. Nope, Viper is actually the most... Nope, I take that back. I hate Viper more than I hate Huskar. I hate them both a lot. A lot. But I hate Viper more. I think... Okay, I would be okay with them removing Viper from the game entirely. Whereas, like... I wouldn't... I'm actually... I hate to say this. I'm actually okay with them leaving Huskar in the game. Faceless Void F tier? Ah, fuck no, dude. You already know where that's... This is an obvious S tier. We already know. We already know where that's going. There's no... We're not even gonna bother... You know what else? You know what else is going up there? This and this. These are my boys. Oh, and Omni Knight. Where's he at? This is just personal... Purely based on personal preference. Right here. Omni Knight. Also Pudge. I'm a huge Pudge fan. S tier for sure. All right, here you go. Here you go, Maniac. I hate to do this to you, buddy. I fucking hate techies, dude. I ban this every fucking match. I swear to you, I ban it every match. I hate him. The only thing I'll say is it's fun to play as techies. So I'd almost give him a D tier just for that alone. Like, I hate playing against him. I hate playing against him. But it's fun to play as techies. So maybe it's D tier. Whoops. I don't know. You agree? You hate playing against him every time too. That's the only like he just changes like the way that you have to play the game so drastically. No other hero does that. That's why I don't like it. But like admittedly, playing as techies is like so much fun. It's so fun. Okay, we'll put him at D. I'll give him D, dude. I'm sure I have a couple other Fs to throw in here. I'm sure of it. Fucking Slark, dude. Here's the thing about Slark, though. I can't even give Slark F for the same like, I hate playing against Slark. I hate playing against this fucking hero. However, playing as Slark is fun, and conceptually speaking, Slark is a dope hero. I'm not gonna lie. Like, on paper, And just like the concept of the character, I actually like it a lot. I think he's great. But I hate playing against it. It's like, it's got to be D tier. It's sort of the same with Invoker, actually. Invoker's the same exact situation. I hate playing against a good Invoker. He's really strong, but conceptually, this hero is fucking awesome. Like, it's super cool. In fact, he's almost even C tier, because the other thing about Invoker that's not as apparent with Slark is, like, it actually takes a lot more skill to play Invoker well. I'm not saying that Slark doesn't take skill. It certainly does, but, like, Invoker's fucking tough to play, dude. So in that regard, it's kind of the same as, like, Meepo. I hate playing against Meepo, but I respect people that play as Meepo. I'll put him at C tier. I'm even gonna bump... Maybe these all just belong on D tier, actually, equally. I don't know. Well, I'm sure I'm gonna adjust this as I go. We got a lot of heroes to get through. It's kind of process of elimination here. Okay, so I don't really like Lifestealer conceptually. I think he's just boring. It's just a boringly designed hero. Like, I like what he looks like. And the whole, like, concept of, like, he's like this monstrous, like, cannibalistic fucking thing. That's cool. But, like, his toolkit is just kind of lame. It's like, okay, passive lifesteal, cool. Attack speed plus, like, a free built-in BKB. Okay, cool. Infest is, like, the most interesting mechanic on this hero. Maybe that warrants a C. I don't know. We'll keep him at D for now. I fucking hate Bloodseeker. That's F tier. F tier. F tier. Fuck Bloodseeker. Remove him from the game. Almost worse than Huskar. Almost. Almost. In fact, for a long time, before they made some changes to Bloodseeker, he was worse than Huskar. And because of that history, yeah, fuck Bloodseeker. Let's see here. Maybe I can get a couple other favorites out of the way since it's already spoiled anyway, right? Like with... Who else do I really enjoy? I know everybody... Okay, here's the thing. I like Anti-Mage conceptually, on paper. Aesthetically, I think he looks dope. His toolkit is fun to play. You blink around and stuff, although, albeit it is rather passive. I think he's super fun and really cool. I'm going to give him, like... at least A tier. The thing is, he's cancer to play against, which is why it's almost even worth putting him on B tier. But I'll put him on A. I think he's A. Dude, Kunkka is really cool too, conceptually. He's like A tier. I'm a big fan of Darkseer. People underestimate this hero. I'm going to put him A tier. Although, in the current meta, Darkseer is actually really strong. Which is weird, because he's so rarely ever been good. Like, objectively, like, a really strong pick in the meta. He's always been in, like, the slightly below average tier. And so, like, typically you're going to pick something else that does a similar thing, but better. And finally, he's, like, seeing some light in the meta. It's kind of cool. I like this hero. Again, it's a conceptual thing. I like his toolkit. I like his spells and stuff. He's just fun. Jakiro is one of my go-to supports that I just always play and I'm good at playing, and I enjoy playing him. He's a little bit boring. He's a little generic. His toolkit's not all that, like, fancy. Even the character design, it's like a twin-headed dragon, fire and ice. You know, it's pretty basic, but, like... I have a soft spot for him because, like, I play him. And I enjoy it. Doom as well. Doom for a very similar reason. Although I will admit, Doom is kind of cancerous. Because he's like a one-hit wonder type of hero. One-button wonder, I mean. You just walk into a fight and you doom people. Like, that's... The hero is literally, like, Doom, the spell. And that's what I don't like about it. But I play the hero a decent amount. I used to really, really like jungling on this hero. It's a lot of fun. I really like Earth Spirit and Ember Spirit both conceptually. All of the spirits, actually. All three. Where's Storm Spirit at? I think conceptually all three of these heroes are fucking awesome. I'm gonna put them all in A tier. All three of them. Admittedly, I don't play any of them actually that well. I used to play a lot of Earth Spirit when he first came out. But I haven't played him really much since like the first 2 months of him being released. And since then they've changed a couple of things and I don't know, but he's super cool. Same with Ember. Pretty much the same case. Although I have played Ember a little more extensively in a long... I think this is... I've played Storm Spirit maybe the least of the three. But I think they're all really cool conceptually. I like their toolkits. I like the mechanics that they have. Good stuff. I don't even know how I'm going to rate Mars because like I've never really played him that much. Slardar is another personal favorite just from me playing him a lot. He's like at least A tier. I'm also a classic fan of Sand King. I used to play Sand King back in the day, in the Dota 1 days, when you used to, when shift queuing spells was like a big deal. Like you would shift queue, like you would ult and it would channel, and then you would shift queue a blink into the fight, and then like, dude, that shit was next level back then in Dota 1. And I used to do it on this hero before like a lot of players even knew what the fuck any of that was. And I don't know, I just kind of built a lot of memories around this hero. He's kind of fallen in and out of the meta quite a bit. Like, well, I mean, a lot of heroes have. Clockwork I like a lot. I just think his mechanics are cool. It's the reverse of Pudge, right? You hook into a fight rather than hooking someone out of it. Just a cool... Characteristically, he's kind of cool too. Like a clunky robot kind of thing. Let's see. Dude, fucking Tinker, man. Tinker's D tier. Here's why. And this is coming from somebody who used to play this hero a lot. I used to mid this hero in Dota 1 and in early days of Dota 2. I used to play this hero in mid a fuck ton. I'm pretty good at him, actually. I just choose not to play it because it's cancer. It's like Techies in a lot of ways. He changes the way the game is played, like, kind of too much. You have to, like, ward in weird spots. And before they had spots up on the cliffs for those wards, it was even more of a nightmare dealing with him. You have to be, like, super mindful of where you are on the map at all times, because he could just teleport in and fucking kill you. His late game potential is, like, ridiculous because of rearm, you know? Just, like, blink in, fucking E-Blade, Dagon, fucking laser missiles, rearm, just, like, zap people, two-shot them. Like, you could perma-sheet people because of rearm. It's just, like, mechanically, it's actually really cool, but playing against it is just so cancerous sometimes. I might actually have to give him C tier, just because the only difference between the rest of these is that I actually played this hero a lot. I played Techies probably the most out of any of these. I'll put him at C. Oh boy. This is gonna start to get really hard when I get to heroes that I don't know or play very much or very well. Abaddon. I don't know. I like this hero conceptually. I think that's what I like the most about him, though. His actual kit and actually playing him. Well, playing him as a carry is pretty fun. I could probably give him B tier. Alchemist. I used to kind of hate this hero a lot. And then I played him a bit, and I was like, okay, I sort of see the appeal. But overall, he's just kind of like boring to me. I'm going to put him C tier. I'm going to put him D tier. Because he's also a little bit cancerous to play against in the regard that, like, he just farms, and then becomes, like, this unstoppable force at a certain point. It's kind of annoying. AA, dude, I got a special spot for this hero. I used to jungle this fucking hero effectively, and I used to rush Midas, and then rush... I would literally rush Midas, get brown boots off of the Midas, because the first creep that you Midas basically paid for those boots. Buy brown boots, and then immediately rush an Ags from there. Brown boots, Midas, Ags. Well, I Midas, brown boots, Ags in that order. And by like 12 to 15, if I was doing it correctly, I could have it. And then you can just spam the map with your ult, which is like the main... Before they buffed his other spells and stuff, that's all this hero was good for, was his ult. And if you got caught up... It's so easy to get caught out in a fight. He's paper thin. He just zap, 2-shot, you're dead. It was ridiculous. So, like, getting that Ags early was, like, super huge. And then you could push lanes with it. Just, like, you could literally clap a single wave with your ult. Or you could just pressure other lanes that are pushing out. Hit them with your ult. They can't heal. They leave the lane. They're forced out. Get good at lining these up for team fights. It's a lot of fun. It used to be. It's different now. Like, you can't really jungle with him the way you could before. You used to be able to abuse the cliffs a lot. And he has the slow. And then you could just put, like, your Q on it. On the creep, and they'll freeze in place. And, like, he's actually a great jungler in like, a lot of situations. Especially since he's weak in lane. That's the biggest thing, is, like, he's trash in lane. Or, again, he was. He's better now. But back when I used to, like, play him a lot more, he was garbage in lane. So the best way to offset that was just to pull and stack for your carry while also farming other camps for the Midas so that you could catch up. And get that Ags out super early. I don't know. It's good times. I like Axe. I'm just going to put Axe in A tier because I have played him a lot. I like playing him. It's good fun. He's kind of basic, but he's like one of those iconic heroes that just stands out in the game. Also, I thought of something else. Where's Shadow Shaman? Dude, this is S tier for me. Because in Dota 1, he was a fucking troll. He was like a... You know, like with the Jamaican accent and everything, like from WoW, like a WoW troll. And characteristically, he was just so fucking cool. I don't like what they did to him in Dota 2. I think he looks retarded as fuck, to be totally honest. Like, that's... I think it just looks terrible. I hate what they did with the model and everything. But they had to because, you know, they can't use a WoW troll. But they could have done something better than that. I don't know. But anyway, I just really like the hero conceptually. A lot of CC. You know, a lot of abilities to control fights. He's solid in the meta. You know, his wards can push lanes really effectively, push towers. Cool hero. Holy shit, dude. It's already almost 3 a.m. There's no way I'm going to get done with this anytime, at any reasonable time. Fuck. I'm like not even halfway through. It'll start to go faster with heroes that I have less knowledge of, though. Maybe. Like this, for example. I don't play this hero at all. I don't know anything about it. So... Wait. Here's Tony's boys. He just color coordinated it on you. Nice, dude. Well, I mean, you're not wrong. Purple, blue, red, green, and orange. Sort of yellowish. Nice, dude. Well done. Oh my god. Can I add another beyond F tier, which is just like, I don't play it enough to care or to know anything? I'm gonna do it. Fuck it. Add row below. Just gonna put like question mark, I guess. That's kind of where it is, right? Because it's like, I don't know. Dumpster tier. There you go. Oh, why didn't I? Well, if that's the case, then we have to have things like, is it garbage tier? Wait, no, is it trash? Is it garbage? Is it dumpster? Is it like landfill tier? You know? Is it a dumpster fire? Like, I don't know. You have a lot of options there. Okay, but anyway, this hero, Arc Warden, I would say conceptually, I think he's cool, but I just do not play the hero. I think I've played it in a match twice just to try it. Conceptually, he's kind of cool, but I'm going to leave him off because I just don't have enough of an opinion. Bane, I like Bane. Single target, he's a little bit cancery, but I play it. It makes me want to put it in B tier. It might be more like C tier because it is a little bit cancerous. But he like haunts your nightmares. I don't know. Conceptually, he's cool too. And he's not as, it's easier to, he's a support. It's not like Tinker where it's like harder to counter, you know? It's just a support. It's like not that big of a deal. Bat Rider, I kind of just don't like Bat Rider that much. I don't like playing him that much. I don't like the idea of him all that. I mean, like Lasso is kind of cool. He has like the fire trail thing. Sticky Napalm is maybe the most interesting mechanic in my opinion because of the way that it affects fire damage and stuff. And his auto attack is a flame attack, and then he's obviously got his E flying thing, which puts people on fire. So it must, I don't know. I mean, like that's kind of cool, but I'm gonna leave. I think D tier. Beastmaster, I like. It's B tier for me. Nothing too complicated here. I used to play this hero a decent amount too. He's just cool. I like him. Bounty Hunter. Fuck. I don't like playing against this hero, but I do like playing as him, and I think conceptually he's kind of cool. I'm going to put him in B tier. Brewmaster, I used to play a lot in the offlane. A lot. I used to play this hero a lot. What I like about this hero is actually the whole drunken aspect of it. In Dota 1, it felt like it mattered more because like his animations and stuff, they were like super unpredictable. And even just the play style of the hero, it paid off to play unpredictably as if you were like drunk, so to speak. You would like waddle into lane and like maybe like act like you're going for last hits, but then all of a sudden you fucking clap and you jump them and stuff. Like you can apply that playstyle to any hero, obviously, but for some reason it felt really natural to do it on this hero, and I liked that about it conceptually. I'm gonna say A tier. Plus his ult is really interesting in that you get to like micromanage 3 other little things, which is kind of hard to do. And I don't know. It's just a cool kind of like fun hero to play. Blink in, fucking clap people. You get random crits. He's drunk all the time. He's also a red panda, which are just fucking dope ass animals. Here's the thing, dude. I fucking hate Bristleback. His voice lines are kind of cool. But this hero, it's just such a passive, stupid hero. D tier. It's not F tier because it's not like cancerously game-breaking bad. It's very annoying and passive, but like, I don't know. It's counterable. It's pretty annoying though. Broodmother. Oh, Jesus. ET landfill tier. Brood is too gimmicky. That's my opinion. That's just my opinion. That's where I stand. Like, there's nothing conceptual. It's a spider. It's the problem with the hero. The reason I don't like it, it's D tier for me. It's too gimmicky. It's like you sit in a lane and you either have to get 3 people into that lane to counter it, or you just let it do its thing and push up to like basically your tier 3. Meanwhile, you're doing other things on the rest of the map. You either pick at the very least 2 specific counters to Brood, or you bring 3 people to lane to counter it, or you just let it go. You just let it do its thing and like focus on everything else because you can't do anything about it. I don't like that about it. It's too one-dimensional in my opinion. Centaur is boring. It's just a boring hero. He's a Centaur. He has a hoof stomp. Double Edge is kind of cool. Return is cool. Stampede is better than his old passive, which just used to just give him... or his old ult, which used to be passive, which gave him 25 bonus strength, which is just like super boring. D tier. Chaos Knight. Cool conceptually. Very cool hero conceptually. In practice, the meta hasn't favored him very often. In recent years, he's seen quite a bit of light, quite a bit of play, especially with like Echo Saber. What the fuck else? With like bracer stacking, he tended to be really good. Like 2 patches ago, he saw a lot of light. Solid hero conceptually. Actual execution is kind of middle of the road. I'm gonna give him C tier because I think he ended up being just kind of boring overall. It's like you have a stun that's random on like how long it stuns them for. You have the Dimensional Rift, which is cool. It pulls you towards them at a random like distance. Like it's based on the distance between the 2 players, and it randomly chooses a point between the 2 players, which could be closer to you or closer to them, and pulls you both to that spot, etc. I mean, you know the mechanic. Whatever. I don't need to explain the mechanics, but like, I just think that in practice, it turned out to be not as cool as it is on paper. You know, you randomly crit sometimes, and then what? You split into like images for your ult. It's almost B tier. I think I'm gonna leave him in C tier. Chen, I don't play him that much. He's very micro intensive, and I respect that about him. And I have played him enough to know, so I'm not gonna put him here. I don't think he's F tier at all. He's kind of lame. The concept of hero is a little bit lame, but actually playing him is more fun than you think. If you can micro a little bit, he's kind of fun. Probably C tier. Clinks is really fucking dope conceptually. I don't play him that much though, but like he's fun to play as well. So conceptually cool, fun to play, B tier. CM, everybody's fucking favorite go-to support hero right here. Pretty fun. I'm gonna say B tier. I mean, solid kit, very effective kit. You know, aesthetically kind of cool. It's like themed. You know, she's got Lena as the sister. It's kind of, you know. Speaking of which, Lena is probably as well in the same spot. Pretty neat kit overall. Pretty cool conceptually. Fun to play. Not too hard to play against necessarily. Yeah. Oh boy, Bramble Maze, bitch. I don't even remember this chick's name. I just remember Bramble Maze. Dark Willow, that's what it is. I don't know, I don't play her that often. I've played her a few times. Enough to know, like, what she's about and, like, how to use it effectively. I'm gonna say B tier because I don't know. The mechanics of her spells are, like, pretty unique. And I think it's cool. It's a nice breath of fresh air a little bit for Dota. As this is one of the newer heroes, you know. Everybody, I love Dazzle. Dazzle. Like, I don't really like that they sort of made him to, like, a carry. He's always been a support in my eyes, but, I mean, fucking great hero. This is at least B tier. Possibly A tier, even, because I used to play this hero a lot as support. Yeah, I'm actually going to put him in A tier. Death Prophet's boring. You just pop your ult and you walk at people. And and you spam your Witchcraft wave thing. I guess they added the life drain spell, which made... I don't know. I'm not that impressed by this hero. D tier. Disruptor's cool. I'm a big fan of this hero. I love bringing people back with glimpse. I think the concept of this hero is really sweet in general. He rides a raptor. Disruptor, dude. Let's put him A tier because, again, it's a support that I played a lot and I just like him. Broodmother had too much going on, and due to that, she had a weird kit that wasn't memorable. Exactly. Stealth, last hit focus, minion micro, lifesteal, slow. She changed a bit, and then removing the stealth and changing the web mechanic a bit. And you know what's funny about all of these changes is that, like, the way that you play her doesn't even synergize with any of those things that you're talking about as far as the kit being not memorable. Like, what I saw most people doing when she was arguably at her most effective, and even still today to some degree, is you get, like, mana regen items. Like, you get, like, a fucking soul ring early, and then you spam broodlings, and then you just push waves. You just push towers. You're basically just like a split pusher. The stealth and everything is meant to just give you like an escape method, more or less. But then like you have this lifesteal built in, which so you can potentially man fight people in a 1v1 if they ever get to that situation. But most heroes can't 1v1 her because you also have this entire massive fucking wad of spiderlings that is just going to shit on you. Again, unless you're something like Axe, where you can sort of counter it a little bit more effectively with like counter Helix or, you know, whatever the case. But yeah, Broodmother, yeah, I agreed that she wasn't memorable. It's just a spider. And she felt like she was trying to do too many things at once, and yet the most optimal way to play her is like very like tunnel visioned. It's like narrowly scoped. You know what I mean? It's kind of weird. I don't like Enchantress. Why? Because her passive is fucking cancer. The attack slow on her passive is absolute fucking cancer. I cannot stand that shit. And then like she prances away and she fucking lobs fucking bullshit ass spears at you from a distance. You try to run away, you get hurt more. Fuck this hero. This hero's cancer, D tier. It's almost F tier actually. It's seriously, it's almost in line with like the cancerness of these heroes. I might even leave her in F tier. I'm not kidding. I really don't like this hero. Dragonite's boring. Here's the thing. I used to play this hero a lot because he's really straightforward and easy to succeed with. He's forgiving, right? He has built-in armor and health regen in a passive ability. He's naturally tanky because he's a strength hero. His attack animation's very solid. He has Breathe Fire, which also reduces damage, and it's a little bit of a nuke. He's got a stun built in, and then best of all, of course, he can transform into a dragon, which makes him ranged, which is really good for a strength hero. Gives him, I believe, a little bit more HP regen, and in addition to that, has an effect on his ranged attack, which, you know, corrosion, splash, fire, and then eventually frost. But all that said, he's kind of just boring to play. I'm going to put him C tier. It's a very average experience playing him. He's forgiving for like newer players though. I would say if you're getting into Dota actually, this is a solid hero to start off with. Maybe go Broodmother if Nature's Prophet is banned and you still want to split push, even though there's still probably better split pushers. Broodmother is arguably, well, I don't know in today's meta, but she used to be definitely one of the best split pushers for sure. The other problem with her, though, back in the day, is it's like what I said about her being too one-dimensional. It's that you either counter her, and when you do that, she gets completely shut out and is useless as fuck the entire game, or you choose to not counter her and let her do her thing because you're confident that your strategy with basically 5v4ing the rest of the map is effective enough that her split pushing one lane won't matter, if that makes sense. So like the biggest downside to Brood is, like I said, if they do pick counters to it and they're effective counters, you're useless. You're dead weight. It's fucking, there's like, so it's so hard to like circumvent actual counters and still be effective on the hero. And that's part of the why they kept trying to change webbing and stuff and trying to give her, like, you know, free movement across trees as long as there's a web there, or up and down cliffs as long as there's a web, or like invisibility in the web, HP regen in the web. The whole purpose of that was to make it so that if she got countered, it wasn't such a devastating blow. Like, you weren't completely, absolutely useless if you got countered. Which I don't know. I don't play the game enough regularly to really know if their changes helped her in that regard. Ask Cloudy. He apparently plays Brood a lot, actually. Cloudy would know. Dragon Knight's weird too. Breathe, fire, stun, passive, and ult that makes you range slightly. Yeah, and your auto attacks change each upgrade. If you had another ability instead of the passive, I think he could be more interesting. Agreed. Yeah. What makes him the most passive is that what makes him boring is that one of his abilities is passive. And besides his ult, the other two are like a little bit too straightforward. Like, breathe a cone of fire in front of you. Okay, great. A little bit of a nuke and damage reduction. And then a stun, which is like just a point and click targetable stun. You know, it's just kind of like boring overall. He definitely could be more interesting. But there's a lot, to be fair, there's a lot of heroes like that exist in the game. Like Sven. Sven is a great example of exactly the same thing. In fact, we're going to put him in the same tier for that reason. Sven, you know, God Strength is... Sometimes Sven is a little more enjoyable to play because you get things like Blink. Well, you get Blink on Dragon Knight a lot of times too. But like, his stun is an AoE and it's more satisfying to use. He has cleave built in on his melee attacks, which is kind of fun. You can run a little bit faster on an active ability that has a low cooldown, and it also gives you armor buff, which is like sort of like this armor buff, but it's more active, right? You don't get the regen. But, I mean, that's kind of fun. And then, of course, his ult, where you get this like crazy god mode, and you have like all this strength and do a fuck ton of damage. Get like an Echo Saber and some crit and blink on this hero, and he's a lot of fun, right? But there's also a lot of games where you have to play him more passively and more boring, and you can't go this fun build. Oh, like Mask of Madness 2 is another example. Like, you have to go tanky, sort of, and you have to just run at people with tanky items, and you have to build a BKB, and then you basically just run in, stun people, BKB ult, and then just chop away, and it's like a little... I don't know. I would say Sven is a little more fun than Dragon Knight, personally, but, like, I still would put them in the same tier for that reason. Drow for me is the same way. I don't want to go into it too much because like I've already spent so much fucking time on this, and like I'm like almost half. I'm a little over halfway, I think. But you know, she's cool conceptually, and like her abilities are fine. Her kit is fine. It's just a little bit. It's a little bit generic. It's a little bit boring. That's all. That's all I have to say. It's not bad. Enigma, really fucking fun hero. I actually, this might even be S tier for me. Why? Because this is a fucking playmaker hero. This is just it's along the lines of like ES, Elder Titan. I guess I should say Earthshaker because this is also ES. Playmaker hero. This can make or break games. Like, it's such a... I love this hero. You have to play it really perfectly. There's a bit of a finesse to it, and it's so satisfying getting those big black holes, dude, blinking in, just fucking grabbing 3 or 4, and like actually making a huge difference in fights. It's fun. It's a lot of fun. I love this hero. Great jungler as well. Great offlaner, great jungler. He's actually weaker in lane than he is in jungle. But you can play him kind of anywhere. Oh, not saying they should do it, but they could mix it up by making his breathe fire have a stun area that at the very end of the cone or right at the start. Then they could do something more with what was the single target stun. Oh yeah. Dude, I'm all for making the mechanics of Dota a little bit more like skill based. There's too many mechanics in Dota. That's one thing I always credited. I never said this last time we talked about League versus Dota, but one thing I always credit League for over Dota is that every spell in that game... oh, I don't want to eat those words. Okay, I could be wrong. Most of the spells in that game, a large, vast majority of the spells in that game are skill shot. Whereas, like, it feels like almost 50% of the spells in Dota are like targeted, like single target. Like you click the target and it can't miss. It's not skill shot at all. And I don't like that. I actually think League did a really good job of implementing mostly skill shot spells into their game. Grimstroke, I don't play that much, and I remember making fun of his name a lot. Because the word stroke, the only thing I can, like, associate that with is fucking masturbating. Like, I'm sorry, but it just is what it is. And then you think Grimstroke, people on Reddit were like depressed masturbation. It's like, what, you know what I mean? Or like, fuck, what did they say? Damn it, someone came up with a really good one. Like, dark jerk or something like that. I don't know. Yeah, anyway, you get the idea. I don't like his name that much, but like conceptually, the hero's really cool, right? He's got like a paintbrush, hence the name Stroke, and like it's like dark magic basically, and it's kind of taking what's that god in Smite? Paintbrush god? Yeah, Zhong Kui. Zhong Kui. Am I pronouncing it right? This guy. It's kind of based on like this kind of idea, which I think is cool. I love that just conceptually. I don't, you know. But that said, I don't play the hero very much. I've only played him again in a few matches just to test him. He's one of the newer heroes. I'm gonna put him in B tier. Gyro. Slowest hero in the game, by the way. So Gyro's B tier for me. I think I like his mechanics. I think the only one I don't like is his missile. But the point of the missile is to force the enemy to react to the missile so that you can do other things. And that's kind of what I like about it in a way. But I also don't like that it's just like you point, click, and then it just slowly like goes to them. But again, if you consider the rest of his kit and like what it's for, I think it's cool in that regard. I don't know. Just a cool hero. Cool concept of a hero, in my opinion. I don't like Wisp. I don't like Wisp at all. And here's why. The design of the hero is like way too simplistic and boring. And I understand that Dota is a game where this type of thing is like welcomed almost. It's like it actually kind of fits in here in a game like this. Because, you know, you have things like Ancient Apparition. He's a really bare bones hero. He's like basically just an element, right? And Bane Elemental is essentially... he's only called Bane now, but he used to be called Bane Elemental, which would assume that he's just basically like an element. Enigma was the same way in like Dota 1. He was more or less just like an entity. And that's kind of the idea of like Wisp too. So that part of it's fine. What I don't like though is that ever since this hero has made its way into the game, they've had a lot of trouble balancing it because of the way that Relocate works. Relocate can be one of the strongest spells in the game if used properly. And it's difficult to balance, it's difficult to play around. It's sort of like having a Tinker teleport, but you can bring other people with you as well to anywhere on the map, and you don't need there to be a creep there to teleport to it. It changed the way you play. And here's the other part of it that I don't like. So I think it's hard to balance, but I also don't like that this hero is so much he is the epitome, or it is the epitome of a support hero in that you don't really do anything for yourself on this hero. Everything you do on this hero is for the sake of another hero. I mean, like, the balls that spin around you, okay, fine. But, like... Oh, and I guess tether to some degree helps you get out of situations, but it also is there for the purpose of buffing other people, and then you overcharge while tethered and that whole thing. And then, of course, you have to be tethered to teleport them. It's just the hero, like, back in Dota 1, playing a support hero, that's what it meant to play support. It was that you were sacrificing everything, mostly just your gold, to be fair, but pretty much also just your hero as a whole. You were sacrificing that for the sake of your carry, right? And I'm okay with that because that's where I came up in Dota 1. But the problem is, from a newer player perspective, it feels like shit playing this hero. And since they've changed the game since the days of Dota 1 pretty dramatically, this hero doesn't fit the bill of other support heroes anymore, because now in Dota, support heroes do play for themselves, and they do play to kind of have their own like role, and they're not just sacrificing all of their shit for the sake of the other. And I'm talking, dude, trust me. First of all, spells, right? You play like a witch doctor. All of your spells are just going to be thrown out all the time and whatever. Next is like inventory slots. You're carrying regen and wards over all else, and like boots so that you can move fast enough. But like actual items, good luck, dude. You'd be lucky to get a fucking force staff most games on any support hero in a lot of games. You pretty much have like a wand, boots, and wards, and dust, and like all that shit. And that's it. And then that also goes... That's where your gold is going to. It's for the sake of that. But nowadays, it's not the case. Nowadays, supports get items and shit, and they actually like manage their own gold and stuff. And so this hero doesn't fit that anymore, and I don't like it. And it's just hard to balance overall. It's just a weird hero. That said, it can be super effective. I'm gonna put it D tier. That's personal. I don't know. Oh wait. Sorry, let me catch up. It's mostly because he has a passive, and his ult is sort of also a passive, so you don't do much. Oh, you're talking about Dragon Knight. Sorry, I'm catching up. Wraith King was for a long time with only one ability. Yeah, no shit. I'm actually going to rate him pretty low, too, for that reason. The thing I don't like about Wisp is that it's sort of like they realize some heroes are not mobile, and making a hero and having someone pick said hero is their solution. Yeah, Wisp is the mercy. Exactly. Wisp is the mercy of Dota 2. Exactly. I don't like that. I don't think it's good for the game. Well, maybe not. Maybe I won't take it that far. It's not that I don't think it's good for the game. I think it adds an interesting layer of diversity to the game, because how many other games do you see a hero like this exist in and actually work effectively? But like I said, as a player, I don't like playing the hero, and I don't like the concept of it, especially if you're a new player looking to be a support. I don't know. This really harkens back to Dota 1 support days, and that's long gone. And for the better. If I can go on record as saying for the best. I like Dota 1 support days were brutal. You think, you know how I make jokes in games now where I'm like, oh, I'm playing a position 6 support. There's only 5 positions, which just is, it's a jab at like how low of a position you're playing. It was actually a thing. Like both supports in Dota 1 were playing like position 6 and 7 respectively. It felt like it was bad. Okay, sorry. I'm sad that some MOBAs died off and tried to make support less about sacrificing everything to make someone else look good. Yeah. Because the thing about that is like, dude, some of these carries wouldn't be fucking anything without good supports. They wouldn't be anything, dude. But the problem is that those are the guys that get the credit. The carries and the mid players, they get the credit. Mid players are different, though. Mid players are different, admittedly. Mid players manage everything. Trust me, as someone who used to avidly play mid, I actually, the reason I liked that role is because you have to manage everything yourself. There's no like, oh, well, my lane partner should be doing this so I can focus more on this thing. It was like, no, you focusing on everything. You got to harass the enemy. You got to be watching out for ganks. You got to be last hitting. You got to be ferrying the courier to you. You got to be like, you're really on top of shit in the mid lane. Strife made it so that others in your lane shared some of the gold of the last hits in said lane, and there was a starter support item to grant more gold to your character for others last hitting in your lane. Nice. See, that helps offset the fact that like carries are just farming the whole time and just getting, collecting, getting all the gold. And then even any of the bits of gold that you do collect as a support, you end up spending it on items that ultimately benefit the carries more anyway. Right? Like, I mean, like, wards are one thing. That's different. But, like, dust, before they had a backpack, you know? It just, you just didn't carry dust as a carry because you couldn't. You needed the items that much more. And it was like, nope, the support needs to buy them. You have to carry them. Like, that's the only way that, like, that's the most optimal. All right, sorry. We're getting distracted here. They should make a MOBA. Wait, Enigma's probably the best support that actually gets recognition when playing well. Yeah, 5-man Black Hole or something like Earthshaker or, yeah, you're totally right. Yeah, it's like the big playmaker here. But that's the thing. Enigma, honestly, should be looked at more as like a core because you need a Blink Dagger on this hero, and that's 2250. You also need a couple of other items to really be like effective. He's basically a core these days. Same with Earthshaker. Earthshaker with Ags is like monstrous, dude. Jumping around the map like with an Ags on ES is like really fucking good. He's a core now. Like, you can still play him as a support, but it's just different. Support shakers for cucks, yeah. See? Exactly, dude. That's what I'm saying. Like, nobody even plays support shaker anymore. You can, but like, why? It's really strong as a core. Anyways, wait. Did I make that? Yeah, okay. Yeah, dunk shaker. I love it, man. Okay. So Juggernaut, let's see. Conceptually cool. I don't play him that much or that well. I think he's kind of hard to play against if they're good. But like his toolkit's very diverse. It's really solid. He's fun to play. He looks cool. He sounds cool. His name is cool. B tier. And this is simply because I just don't play him that much. If I played him more, he'd probably be A tier. Keeper of the Light. Really fun support. Really fucking fun support to play. That's all I can say. He's just fun to play. B tier, at least. I don't play him as much as like maybe some of these other supports, which is why I'm not putting him A tier. He might... I'm going to leave it at B. I think B. Let's see. Legion Commander. Pretty cool concept. Pretty fun to play. Winning duels is fun. But it's also a little bit simplistic for my taste. Overall, I think pretty solid hero. I'm going to say B tier. Leshrac is really cool conceptually. And really, he's actually just really fun to play. Get an Octarine Core, a Bloodstone, a Yules, dude. This hero's just fun in general. You know what? This is almost A tier for me. He used to be really fun in mid, too. I used to play this hero a lot in mid. His stun is kind of hard to land, but... Only thing is he lacks some cosmetics. And, nah, I think A tier, dude. Lich gonna have your mana. Too bad they removed that spell. Omega lol. That's a shame, isn't it? Lich is really cool though too, conceptually. He's at least B tier. Okay, maybe Leshroc's B tier. Lion. I actually think Lion is C tier. Why? Here's the thing. Lion's really strong. He's a really good hero, but I just don't like him as a hero, if that makes sense. There's nothing appealing about him to me. I think he's kind of lame. He's really strong. He's a great hero, and I actually play him a healthy amount, but... I don't have a preference for him. I don't like him that much. His kit is very solid, though. Lone Druid, Lone Druid's tough, because, like, I like the whole, like, Spirit Bear thing. But I also, like, kind of hate it. And overall, the hero's, like, kind of passive. He's pretty boring and pretty passive. He's a little better now. He's got the roar to like, fear people. It's kind of cool. I I'm gonna have to go C tier though. It might even be D tier just because like, actually, he takes a reasonable amount of skill to play just because of the micro involved. But he's so passive, dude. Lone Druid Bear, A tier. Lone Druid himself, C tier. Okay, dude, I can get behind that. I could get behind that for sure. I'll leave him in C tier. I think he feels pretty good in C tier. Luna, I actually really like conceptually. I think this is a fucking dope-ass hero from a conceptual perspective. And even in practice, I actually really like playing this hero too. I'm gonna say A tier. I'm saying A tier. Luna's A tier. I don't... okay, I like... the memes for Lycan are good. I'm lycanthroping it. I'm liking it, dude. I'm liking it. But that said, his overall playstyle's not really my speed. It's very, like, split push, run around the map and split push, hide in the jungle a lot, occasionally participate and gank. Or participate in a fight, rather, not really gank. It's mostly a split pusher. Pretty one-dimensional. It's pretty average. I'm gonna have to say C tier. It's almost D tier. But I don't have, like, a distaste for him. I'd say it's just kind of, like, neutral. Magnus is cool. Hard to play really well, but if you can play him well, he's really cool. I don't play him personally a lot. So he might be B tier. Nah, he's actually maybe even C tier, because I just don't play him that much. I've never played Mars in a real game. I've only ever played him in the demo. I've never actually played like a real game with him. I've watched a lot of people play games as him and against him, though, on streams. Well, but I've also... That's the case for Arc Warden. I think I'm going to have to do this, because... Also, when Mars came out, I was like, he looks like he's a little bit broken. He looks a little bit over... Wait, F tier? Mars is busted. Nice. Okay. Okay, here's my... Alright. I'm going to leave him in question mark because I don't feel like I have enough of an opinion from, like, experience. But, like, if I were to rate him conceptually, I think Arc Warden is actually a cooler hero conceptually. Arc Warden is, like, maybe, like, a B conceptually. Mars is, like, C for me conceptually. Yeah. But I'm going to leave him here because I just don't play him enough to really know. Medusa. So, I used to play this hero. This is another hero I used to jungle. Kind of like an idiot. But keep in mind, this is back in the day. Early Dota 2 beta. It was a lot more effective back then. It was a lot more effective back then. Oh, you're joking that he's busted? But you used to be able to stack ancients and farm them with Medusa from level 1. You could stack and farm ancients at level 1 with Medusa. And there were I played many games with this, trying to, like, figure out if there was a way to optimize it and see if it's actually, like, even, like, in the same dimension as viable. And it turns out it's actually... The timings, if you get them right, aren't that bad, but you need to have perfect stacks. You need to have 0 interruption from any players whatsoever. And you need to have, like, a really strong lane setup for all of your other lanes, because you're not going to be in them. Like, your team has to fully support it. It's a lot of ifs. The stars have to align for that to be even remotely close to being viable. And that was also back then. I'm sure it's not even close to anything now in current Dota. But anyways, that said, this hero's pretty boring to play. It's pretty passive overall. C tier. Maybe B tier just because I played it a decent amount. Even then. I'll leave it at B, actually. It's pretty passive, though. Split shot, a toggleable mana shit. You know what? No, C tier. It's too passive. Okay, Ogre Magi. Here's the thing. Point target spells. It's just boring. It's too easy. And it's just an Ogre. Multicast isn't that exciting. I actually don't even... His regen is insane. The regen on this fucking hero is so stupid. I'm actually putting him D tier. I'm putting him in D tier. Fuck it. Medusa, my immortal friend, still jungles as him? Wait, really? Wait, tell me more about this. Seriously, dude? Are you trolling me? Or, like, he makes it work? See, dude, I'm telling you, man, there's some... Back then, I could feel that there was something to it, but you really... It feels like the situation had to be so perfect. And in any pro environment, in any competitive environment, it wouldn't be viable at all. However, in pubs, high-level pubs, I actually think back then, Jungle Dusa was, like, honestly solid, dude. It was the way to go. Brooke DotA, look him up on Twitch. I played with him today. He plays Troll and Medusa mostly. No shit, man. Dude, I'll definitely check him out. Here, let me make a quick note. I'll check him out. Oh my god, it's almost 3:30 a.m. and I'm still fucking doing this. Holy shit. It's a good thing I don't have a whole lot going on tomorrow at work. Oh, I'm gonna be tired though. Fuck. I gotta finish this because now I can't go back, dude. I'm so close. Like I can't just stop here. I have to finish it. Brooke DotA. Okay, I'll check him out, dude. I'd like to see some more Jungle Dusa. That's interesting. Mirana, Priestess of the Moon, Potom. She is an iconic hero in this game. Very fun to play. Landing these arrows from a distance is very satisfying. This leaping around the map over cliffs and stuff, super fun. Good. This is a solid. This is a really fun hero. I'm gonna have to put A tier. The thing is, I don't even play this hero that much. But when I do, it's always a good time, and like it's just such an iconic hero for the game. A lot of, you know what I mean? This is a fan favorite for a lot of people, I think. So definitely A tier. It's only not S, probably because I didn't play it as much. It's along the lines of like a Pudge type of thing. Monkey King is actually super cool. I kind of hated him at first because they were like copying other games that had Monkey King in them. And I was like, oh no, Dota's turning into, you know, XYZ other MOBAs, Smite, League, whatever the case. But I've long moved past that and I don't really care anymore. And objectively looking at this hero, it's just a cool hero. Conceptually, he's fun to play. His animations are cool. Jumping around on trees, like his mechanics are really interesting and unique. Solid fucking hero. I'm gonna put him in A tier. Mirana. Morphling. This is an interesting hero for me. I used to fucking hate this hero until I learned to play him, and then I started to realize this hero is actually really cool. I hated him because I didn't understand him. I always thought he was cool conceptually because it's like you're just a water form. You're like a water elemental that like morphs into like, well, you really just morph your stats, but they've changed him so that you can like, you know, make copies of like other people or whatever. And like he used to just, the thing is you used to make copies of other people and then you would just split push with that copy and then you would teleport to it as soon as you're in danger. And he was mostly just a split pusher and he was kind of boring. That's why I didn't like him, right? But once like the E-Blade shotgun meta came out, dude, this hero completely 180'd for me and I loved it. Dude, I have a line in my Dota rap about E-Blade shotgunning with Morphling. It's so fun. It's so fucking fun. A tier. I gotta put him in A tier. Naga Siren. I actually used to play this hero a fair amount. It's a little stale. It's a little boring. It's pretty passive. I'm not gonna lie. It's an image hero. Pretty run of the mill. Nothing too special here. I'm gonna say C tier though. I don't even think B tier because it's just it's a little too passive for my taste. It's sort of like a Medusa kind of situation. Nature's Prophet is fun. Nature's Prophet is good times. I don't play him that much though. I'm gonna say B tier. I don't know how strong he is in the meta, but like being able to teleport around the map is cool. Although that's kind of the only thing that makes him cool, isn't it? Everything else about him is pretty passive. Okay, maybe C tier. Necrophos. So his current name is Necrophos. What did he used to be named? Something else, I think. Necro... something? Necrolite. Thank you. Yes. Thank you, Maniac. That's what it is. Necrolite. That's what he used to be. I don't play this hero too much. And he feels like a one... He reminds me of like a one-button wonder type of hero like Doom, where you just ult people. Like his whole bread and butter is like he ults people and it increases your respawn time. But that said, they've changed him up a bit to be a little more than that. But even still, I'm gonna have to go with C tier for me personally. It's just because I don't play him that much. I'm not super fond of him. Kind of a cool concept, but I don't know. It's funny that I rate Doom so much higher, but that's only, again, this is because I played him a lot, and jungling as Doom is really fun, and I don't know, Night Stalker is so fun. I used to play this hero mid a fuck ton. Really cool concept too. I love the whole night and day aspect. A tier. That's how fun he is for me. A tier. Nyx Assassin. Cool concept. Pretty solid kit. A little underwhelming overall. His stun is hard to land. I'm going to say B tier. Doom is classic as he has powers. Necro's fucking boring, man. No team fight. Yeah, that's fair. See, that's what I like about Doom. Like, yeah, he's a one-button wonder. You just doom people. But, like, because of the eating creeps and gaining their abilities, it creates this really cool dynamic of, like, having all of these different options at your disposal, which I like. Plus, he fits a lot of different roles. You can offlane, you can jungle, you can kind of gank, you can play more of a support. You can even sort of hard carry this hero. He's not a hard carry, he's more like a soft carry, but, like, you can core as this hero pretty effectively. Not to say that that's not true about this hero, but it's less versatile, I think, overall. I don't play Oracle a ton. I have played him a few times. I like his toolkit. He's sort of like Dazzle in some ways. I almost want to say B tier because of just the conceptually he's pretty cool. And I like his mechanics and toolkit. I'm going to say B tier. I fucking hate Outworld Devourer. I hate this hero. I've always hated this hero. I part of it is the similar thing with Morphling where I just, for the longest time, I just didn't even understand the fucking hero, which is part of why I hated it. But now I do understand the hero and I still hate it. The only thing I like about this hero is the aesthetics. He looks fucking badass. This hero looks really fucking cool. Looks dope as hell, and his voice sounds really cool too. Like the effects on his voice. But that said, he's still D tier for me. I just don't like him. It's almost F tier because it's cancerous to play against him in mid lane. He used to be one of those mid lane heroes that like could not lose the lane ever, no matter what. But the visual and everything kind of bumps him a little for me. Here's that song again, dude. Okay, Pangolier. I don't really like this hero. I understand him. I'm not good at him. I don't play him that much. It's not a question mark, but it's just, I just don't really like him. I think D tier. I just don't like him. That's all. Fuck Pango. Yeah, there you go. Exactly. That's just how I just like. I just don't like the hero. All right. Bring this down again. Here, okay. Fucking PA, dude. Fucking PA. I'm at such a crossroads with PA. PA has always been way too passive for my personal taste. You have Dagger and you have Blink. That's it. It's so goddamn passive. But that said, the hero concept is cool. And like, that Arcana set is really fucking sick. The Arcana set is sick as fuck. But this is also like this is a hero that it doesn't take that much skill to be good at. You just, you know, like you buy a BKB and then you just blink at people and you get crits and you just like two-shot people. It's not that interesting to me. I'm gonna say C tier, man. Fucking PA TOS. Monka TOS, dude. Oh, I would fuck, dude. I would fuck PA. Speaking of, that's what I was talking about with the Arcana, dude. PA Arcana. I mean, look at those hips. God damn, dude. Come on. But seriously, this is just a badass set. You know why? This is the color. This is like my favorite color. It's like a bluish green, like teal, cyan, turquoise, whatever the fuck you want to call it. This is literally my favorite color. And with this like effect, this like I don't know. What would you call it? Like essence kind of like sparkling off of it against like the black and the grays and stuff. It just looks fucking so badass to me. This looks really cool too. But this is like a mixture of other sets with the Arcana. Plus when you get the blades, that orange, this orange is like such a good complementary color to this teal / cyan sort of, I don't know. I just love this set. It's really cool. But still C tier. She's too passive. She's too boring. You rely on crits and just getting lucky, more or less. Because also her passive dodge ability relies on you getting lucky. People miss you all the time. It's too easy to succeed on the hero. Same with Phantom Lancer. A lot of the same things. A little bit too passive. Although he does have more active abilities. But he's mostly like a split pusher and a farmer. He can fight. But I don't know. The concept of the hero is a little bit cancerous to me. I'm going to say C tier again. Phoenix. I don't play him that much. Very rarely. But he's pretty strong. That said, the times that I have played him, it's not really my forte. I don't love it. Some of his mechanics are interesting, though. His resource pool is actually his health, not so much mana. Things do cost mana, obviously, but, like, he uses health. The wisp thing that flies around, he can throw them out. The Icarus dive thing or whatever is pretty neat. I don't know. I'm gonna go C tier. I don't really feel anything special for the hero. Puck, I used to play a lot in mid. Puck is really cool. Super fun to play. Actually requires a decent amount of skill. Very elusive. Really, like if you get a Yule's and like a Lincoln's and a Blink Dagger on this, not even a Lincoln, just a, although Lincoln's really makes, if you just even a Blink Dagger, man, this hero is really elusive if played properly. It's so hard to like catch him and to kill him and stuff. Blink, Lincoln's, Yule's, or just Blink and Yule's even are like really strong tools on this hero. For just always being able to get away. I'm going to say B tier at least. I used to play him... Actually, even A tier. I used to play him enough in mid. I'm going to say A tier. Also, I believe he's non-binary, isn't it? This is one of the heroes... One of the only... Maybe the only hero in the game that is officially, like... Doesn't have a gender. It's completely non-binary. Progressive, boys. Progressive. Pugna is underrated, I think. I used to play this hero in Dota 1, and nobody, I'm talking nobody fucking played this hero. And I used to like it for a number of reasons. I think this hero's solid. I'm gonna say B tier at least. I like this hero. Queen of Pain, I mean, dude. Can you ever turn down Queen of Pain?
You are not. To us, you are members of the family of light.
She thick, boys. Oof. You can't turn that down, dude. No, but okay, but in seriousness, like, she, you know, she's just like a succubus. So like, conceptually not that original, but still pretty cool. Blink is really fun. Scream of Pain, you know, you have your alt. I don't know. Pretty fun, pretty cool. I'm gonna say B tier. I don't like Razor at all. Razor is fucking retarded. This hero is so fucking stupid. Oh, hey, I'm just gonna stand next to you and steal all of your damage from you. And then, like, his ring AoE thing is just stupid. I just hate it. He's such a passive hero. This is an F tier. This is actually an F tier for me. I hate this hero. Where is the warlock that summoned her? Right here, boys. Speaking of warlock, I love this hero. Hey, where's Cloudy, boys? Remember the 1v1s me and Cloudy used to have back when he was Mr. Panda on stream in 2015? We were like pioneering this, dude. I swear to God. Like, I'm not even trying to like toot my own horn or whatever here. Straight up, people weren't playing this hero mid at the time at all. And I was just fucking around and we were playing it mid 1v1ing each other, and we were like, hey, wait a second. This hero actually has some potential mid. Guess what happened like 3 or 4 months later? He's in the meta. People are playing him mid. I swear to God. Like, no, I'm not saying we started it necessarily, because, like, I doubt anyone was watching that. But, like, all I'm saying is we figured that out, like, early on. It feels like way before, like, most of the rest of the player base did. He's a solid mid, or he was at the time. I don't know where he's at nowadays, but I like this hero a lot. He is a little passive, I'll admit. His toolkit's not the most exciting, but I think he's a solid B tier. I used to play him enough that I almost want to rate him A tier. Because when you get late game, you get like, if you get Ag's Refresher on this hero, it's disgusting. Having 4 of those golems, you just shred towers. It's like actually stupid. I'm actually gonna put him A tier. That's on my like personal. It's a personal thing for me. Ricky. Okay, boys. Ricky. Oh man, you've been waiting for this one, Tony. Where am I gonna put Ricky? Okay. Here's the thing about Ricky. I don't like playing against him. It's really annoying playing against him. Because obviously you need detection. You need dust early game. You need sentries early and throughout the entirety of the game. Actually, you need all of those things throughout the entirety of the game. Sentries go the furthest in the earliest part of the game. Dust is better for like ganks and like, you know, situational whatever. Sentries kind of fall off later because eventually you most likely end up getting a gem, and that's what I end up hating the most about the hero, is that it almost requires you to buy a $900 item just to be able to even see that he's fucking there. S tier? Okay. But, okay, hear me out. All of that said, I really don't like playing against him. But all of that said, this hero is very counterable. It's very easy to counter this hero if people just literally opt to do so. If the players in the game are like, hey guys, you know what? There's a Ricky in the game. We should absolutely, definitely buy Dust or sentries or gems or all of those things. We definitely need detection. And if everybody participates in that, you pretty much have no problem dealing with the hero overall. However, the sad reality is that less than 50% of the players on your team in like 80% of games will not do that. And so the hero becomes super, super effective simply because dumbasses choose to not counter him. They choose to not participate in countering him, I should say. And so for that, but I didn't. But okay, now let me turn it around one more time. Conceptually, though, this hero is actually really cool in my opinion. Dead ass serious. It's kind of like a Slark situation. I hate playing against it, but conceptually and on paper, this hero's really cool. I like the idea. He used to be more passive than he is now. He used to be way more passive. He's quite a bit more active now, which I like. I love his new ult, Tricks of the Trade. That's a solid ult. Really good design there. The way it works, and then you pop a smoke cloud. Like, I like what they've updated his kit to be currently. It used to be complete cancer, and just, it's too passive and like all this other stuff. So, okay. I used to play the hero a reasonable amount too. Man, this might be a surprise, dude. I'm gonna put him in B tier. I'm actually gonna put him in B tier. I've raged at so many games against this hero, though. Like, I'm looking at the rest of the heroes here, and I've raged the most against this hero. But I'm trying to think about why I'm raging, and the reason is because my teammates refuse to participate in countering him. That's the reason I'm raging. It's not because the toolkit on the hero is broken or anything. It's not that at all. Fuck, man. The passive history, or the history, I should say, of him having a more passive playstyle too, maybe knocks him down to C. Okay, you know what? We'll leave him at C. Yeah, we'll leave him at C. That's more comfortable. We'll leave him at C. Rubik. Dude, this is one of the most creative support heroes in the game, in my opinion. This is a great hero. This is a fantastic concept for a hero. And I also love the conceptual design of the hero with like the boxes and the green theme and like how he moves like all twitchy and like weird and shit. Love it. I love the design of this hero. Solid. This is an A. This is an A tier. I actually really like Rubik. Great hero. I don't play him that much. I used to play him more than I do nowadays, but well, I don't really play any Dota nowadays. It's been like, what, 3 months since last... maybe like 2 months. Yeah, almost 3. Shadow Demon. Well, yeah, but that's... yeah, okay, fair enough. He just steals the other ability. But that's... I feel like that's exactly why he's so creative. How did they not think of this concept sooner? Dude, we should make a hero that literally just yoinks the spells from other heroes and uses them against themselves. How fucking awesome would that be? The reason I like this hero as well is like, this hero... okay, look, I don't have any basis for this. But ability draft didn't exist in Dota 1. But Rubik did. I have a theory that ability draft, what prompted that idea was Rubik himself, the hero Rubik. Because that's exactly what Rubik... like, Rubik is like a vessel that could just like pull all these other abilities and like use them in some ways more effectively than the people that have this spell to begin with. And they were like, dude, we could make an entire fucking, like, game mode out of that. And that's exactly what they did. Ability draft. Boom. Again, it's a theory. I have no way of, like, backing that up. But I stand by that. I think he's one of the most creative heroes in the game for that. I just think it seems like an obvious concept, but it's actually so smart. It's actually so genius. It's like, oh, they picked Enigma, but you wanted to utilize you like your team plays around using Black Hole really effectively. Oh well, shit. Just pick Rubik. Maybe you can get a good like Black Hole steal, and then you can use it in like a very similar manner. You know what I mean? Like it gives you. I don't know. I think it's cool. Shadow Demon. Shadow Demon is really cool. Again, conceptually, but I feel like the actual delivery of his aesthetic, the way that Valve executed it, the way that they designed him is underwhelming. I think he's kind of lame looking for what he is. Like the concept of this hero, you're like banishing people and shit. You're like a shadowy demon. Well, your name's literally Shadow Demon. I don't know. I feel like they could have done more with the aesthetic of the hero, but that said, he is one of the more unique supports that I enjoy playing. Pretty cool concept overall. I gotta give him A tier, actually. I gotta put him in A tier. Solid hero. Okay, I don't like Shadow Fiend, Shadow Friend. I know a lot of people like him. I know everybody's like, oh, but he swaggers around and he's like, Shadow Fiend looks fucking dope, dude. Especially with that Arcana, that one Arcana. He looks sick as fuck. Look at this. I mean, that's design-wise, out of the park. 11 out of 10. This is a really fucking sick design, in my opinion. It's simple, but it just looks super cool, in my opinion. But that said, I just don't like the overall toolkit of the hero, or like the concept of him. His ult is cool, is kind of cool. Shadow Rays does take a bit of skill. He's a mid lane dominator, all of that stuff. But for some reason, there's something about him I just like don't like. Maybe it's because he's like too popular. He's like a little too mainstream for my taste. I'm gonna put him at C tier. Silencer. I fucking hate his helmet. I like Silencer's toolkit. Although Global Silence is annoying to play around, but his helmet looks so retarded, man. He looks like the Pope or something. Like, why? Why does he look like this, man? And here's the other thing that's weird about this hero. He's got these throwing glaives. Like, I feel like this hero should be an agility carry, not an int, like, support. Well, okay, he is sort of a carry. He's a core. He's a core. Even though he often is played as a support. I think he's more optimal as a support, but he can be played as a core. Let's put it that way. That's a better way of phrasing it. But that said, it's like this guy definitely should be an agility carry. He should be a fucking hard carry, chucking glaives at people and shit. Like that always confused me about the design of this hero. That said, he's pretty fun to play. His toolkit's a little generic. He's one of the older heroes. I'll put him in B tier. I like him. I like him enough to... What the fuck? I like double clicks. I don't know. Jesus Christ. It's literally 4 a.m. and I'm still not done with this. And here's another thing. I was thinking about going through and putting these like left to right as well, but fuck that. I can't do that tonight. I gotta go to bed. Skywrath Mage. Super cool concept. Fun to play. Great conceptually. He's like a half bird, half man. That's B tier. It's easily B tier. I don't play him enough to put him in A tier, but I'd say he has A tier potential. Sniper is... He's kind of lame, but I play him a reasonable amount. But he is really lame. He's just a lame hero. I'm going to put him in C tier. He's a little bit passive. I play the hero a healthy amount. I enjoy playing him sometimes. He really shits on mid lane because of the range advantage. But he's just lame. He's just kind of a boring concept of a hero. I don't know. Spectre, I think Spectre is one of the most wasted potential for a hero. This is such a fucking cool concept for a hero. Such an amazing concept. And what did they do with it? They gave her a shitty spectral dagger that lets you walk across terrain and through trees and stuff, which admittedly is usable. It's nice utility, but it's overall kind of a trash spell. It's a high mana cost, doesn't do a lot of damage. And then what? You have 2 passives, which are just boring. You have a damage reflect thing, which, like, is cool, and I've used it in a lot of custom games, and it's really strong, but it's boring. And then your other one just does damage if they're alone. It does more damage if there's no allies within a certain... Like, it's also boring. And then her ult is actually really cool. You make copies of yourself at the location of other enemies on the map, at all other enemies, and those copies do damage, and then you can teleport to one and, like, haunt them, you know what I mean? That's what it's called. It's called haunt, because you're a fucking specter. Again, conceptually great, but they just really fucking they drop the ball on the execution of, as far as, like, the mechanics of the hero. It's just so boring. C tier. A Game Theory. Nice. Dude, I used to watch that show a lot. That's his theory. A Game Theory. Shadow Fiend, hold up. I feel like Silencer should have the counterspell that Anti-Mage has, or at least spell block. He has an actual shield, right? Nowhere do they ever make use of the shield that he has. Ever. And the only thing that glaives are used for is in, like, the late game when you have enough int to actually do some damage with them. Or if you're building him as a core, you can use it early game to harass really effectively, but still. Ragnaros, by the way. This is sick. This basically is Shadow Fiend. It's like Shadow Fiend Ragnaros edition. But to be fair, original Shadow Fiend wasn't fiery and shit like that. He was just like black, all black. I love that they added the flame though. Like even in Dota 1, he was just jet black. Spirit Breaker, my boy. The Space Cow. Okay, so talk about creative, like, ideas for a hero. A fucking Space Cow, dude. Or bull, I suppose. I love this hero. Conceptually, I love to play him. I love what he looks like. Bashing people is fun. He's a little passive, but not really. Charging around the map is fun. Get an Ags on him to, like, ult people more often. I love the way his ult works, too. You, like, do this thing. You're like, whoa. And then all of a sudden you show up. You just appear on the other side of him and punch him in the fucking mouth, dude. Ugh. This hero is great. This is actually S tier for me. I didn't think there was going to be any more S tiers. That's S tier, dude. TA. Okay. If you know who Wagamama is on Twitch, this is like his beloved hero. And he actually said something last week I was watching his stream and he said something about TA. And they were like, what got you into playing TA in the first place? And he's like, well, in Dota 1, nobody ever picked this hero. And I didn't understand why. And so I started picking it and I was like, he's like, I started picking it and I started playing it and I understood why people weren't playing it as much. Is because it's hard to play her effectively. But then he also realized that, like, she's very versatile and has a lot of potential. If played properly, she has a massive amount of potential. It's just she takes a certain finesse and it's difficult because it's mainly because of the way Psyblades works. If you can master Psyblading in lane for effective last hits and denies, she's really fucking strong. That said, so why am I saying that? Because what he said about her is what I used to think about this hero back when I first tried her in Dota 1. I was like, man, I feel like there's a lot of potential with this hero. With the way traps work, you can put her traps, which you can have up to like 15 of them active at a time or something like that. You can put them anywhere on the map, and the range that you can place them from where you are is like really far, and you can constantly just slow people and catch them like easily. And then you have refraction, which adds damage to you, plus blocks instances of damage coming at you. No matter how much it is, it's an instance of damage, which means it's like a really good defensive ability. You have meld, which makes you go invisible as long as you don't move, right? Because you have to stay still, like hunkered down in that one spot. It's just a really neat concept for a hero. Very underplayed. I would even say very underrated overall in the history of Dota. This is maybe one of the most underrated heroes. That said, I don't play it that much. I'm not that good at it, but I like it overall conceptually. B tier. B tier easily. It's close to A tier. If I played this hero more, it would be A tier. Terrorblade. So I actually liked Terrorblade better in Dota 1. Like the design of the hero, much like Shadow Shaman. But I don't really like his kit all that much. The one thing I do like about his kit is Sunder. Swapping health with people is really satisfying when you do it and it like changes the fight. But the rest of his toolkit is like kind of lame. Metamorphosis. I don't know. I think C tier. Tide Hunter, dude. A playmaker. Admittedly pretty passive. But man, when you make plays with this hero, fucking devastating. And that's what I love about this hero. This is S tier. Where did it go? What the fuck? Oh. This is actually S tier for me. This is right in line with Enigma, with Earthshaker, with Elder Titan, same thing. Even Chronosphere to that degree, with the difference there is that Void is like an actual hard carry, unlike the rest of them. Timbersaw. I actually like this hero a lot from a conceptual perspective, and he's super fun to play, but for the longest time, this hero was very overpowered, and it was very annoying to play against, because he got picked a lot. And it used to be so hard to deal with him. I'm going to say B tier, though, because he is really fun to play. And just the concept of the hero and the mechanics of all of his spells and stuff. Chaining to trees, throwing out your 2 discs once you get Ags. That's super fun. Fun hero. Really cool hero. Solid design. At least B tier. It's almost A. Tiny is definitely fucking A tier for me. This might also even be S tier, because this is one of those heroes where they blatantly ripped off the design from one of the stone giants from WoW. Like, do you remember the... Remember these guys? This is the model they used in Dota 1. For Tiny. Or more or less this model, right? And I think a lot of that nostalgia has had an effect on my perception of this hero overall. But that's not only it. That has had an influence, but it's also... I like the toolkit. The Avalanche Toss combo mechanic is the only mechanic like that in the game, where they take more damage from the avalanche if they're being tossed up in midair. There's like so few mechanics like that in the game. I think that's great. He used to have a passive called Craggy Exterior, which was really unique too. It gave him armor, and then there was a chance on an enemy attacking you that they would get stunned. Super, very just interesting stuff there. And then of course his ultimate grow, he just gets bigger, slower attack speed, but much more damage. I think it also increased his move speed a little bit as well. He's different now. They changed one of his... He now has the ability to grab a tree as his regular ability. It used to be an Ags upgrade, but now it's just a regular... It's like his E ability. You grab a tree, you can hit stuff at X amount of times before it breaks, and you can also throw it and do damage. Really nice progression along the years with this hero as well. They've really like tuned him up to be like a solid like contender, I guess. Like he's very viable in a lot of scenarios. He's very versatile as far as the roles he can fill. People have played this hero as support, off lane. I've seen him mid many times. In fact, in Dota 1, he was most prominently in mid. I don't know if I've seen him maybe hard carry too often, but I do think he has potential for it. It's just a great hero overall, and like I've played it plenty and I enjoy playing it. You know, blinking in, avalanche tossing people is good shit, man. Or like blinking in and tossing people from where they are back to one of your teammates underneath a tower. Fucking next level. It's so fun. Great hero. Good overall solid fucking mechanics and stuff. S tier for me. Sorry, that was a little bit... Tide Hunter wants to be in D tier? Nah. Wait, Space Cow, what's this? Oh. Alright, fair. That's fair. They take more damage from a ground ability if they are in the air, away from said ability. No, but dude, the concept is like, the rocks are falling, and so since they're in midair while the rocks are falling from the avalanche, they're getting hit by more of them. Come on. Fucking troll, dude. Okay. I love this hero. Treant Protector, dude. I love this hero. What I love about him the most, actually, is his Earth Shield. His little regrowth shield thing that you can put on towers and you can put on targets around the map. Why do I love it? Because of it forces you to be so aware of what's happening on the map at all times with this hero. I love the concept of that alone. You can just at any time, and here's another thing that's really satisfying in Dota for me personally, is saving people from certain death. That's why I love Dazzle, right? Like fucking Shallow Grave. It's so satisfying when they're like, no, I'm about to die. And I'm like, nah, dude, Shallow Grave, bing. And then they get away, they get out of the fight scot-free, you know? It's very satisfying. This is a similar concept. His Earth Shield from anywhere on the map, dude, especially in the early game, if you level this up early, if you rank this up to 3 early on, people are on like the complete opposite side of the map in their other lane getting ganked or whatever. They're low, they juke into the trees. You throw this on them so they can heal up and have time to get out, or you throw it on them just in time before like a stun connects to block an instance of damage. You throw it on just in time before like a last hit connects to get the final blow to kill them, and then they get out and like make it away. It's really fun and satisfying. He's got a great toolkit overall too. Overgrowth is really good. An AoE root. You know, he can go invisible and walk through trees and shit, which is like really fucking strong. He's got that one passive where like you hit people out of invisibility and it roots them for like 4 seconds. It's fucking obnoxious. It's actually broken in my opinion. Leech Seed is pretty cool. You pop Leech Seed on people, it takes damage. The damage it does from them, no, it does damage to them and then also spits out health back at surrounding party members if you're close enough to it. It's just really strong in lane in general. And then finally, of course, his ult with Ags. You can put up like a tree that will use the overgrowth spell that you have built in at the location of that tree whenever you cast overgrowth. And you can put it at an infinite amount of trees on the map. And then every time you cast it, it does it all at once. You can literally farm the entire map like that with that spell, assuming you put up trees in all the right spots. You can farm the entire map of neutral camps in one shot. And even some of the lane creeps that are coming down if you place them properly. It's really, it's so fun. It's such a fun hero to play. Scales great all throughout the game. Conceptually speaking, he's a treant, dude. He's just like, he's all wise and shit, slow moving. Just a great, his voice lines are good. I just love this hero. This is S tier. This is S tier for sure. Also can be playmaker. You can get a blink dagger, overgrowth people, good stuff. Oh, also those eyes in the forest, the things that, you know, those nodes, they give you vision. So broken. This hero is actually so strong. It's an avalanche, not a rock fall. They could tweak it so that the rocks go with the thrown hero or fall. Wait. I suppose avalanche requires snow. Nope, look. A massive snow, ice, and rocks falling rapidly down a mountainside. I think the biggest thing to consider here is that there's no mountainside for them to fall down, unless you consider Tiny himself to be a mountain, in which case I do think it's an avalanche. Wait. Here they're in the combo with. They could tweak. Wait, hold on. Let me reread that. They could tweak it so that the rocks go with the throne hero or fall on the throne hero if they're in the combo, and it would make more sense. I see what you mean. Would also give new players a heads up that the combo is a thing. Like, effect doesn't show up. Yeah, yeah. But that's a whole different, like... Dota has that problem everywhere about not really helping new players very effectively. That's, like, the worst thing about Dota, actually, is that it's very, very unfriendly to new players. What's up, Sniper? You stopped back in. I shouldn't be online right now. I should have went to bed, like, an hour ago. But I'm still here doing this fucking tier list, and it's 4:10 a.m. I'm trying to finish it up. I'm almost done. Troll Warlord. Solid concept to a hero. The passive bash is a little... or the bash, I should say, is a little passive, although they changed it to be a net now. They've updated this hero quite a bit to be more active. But even back then, he was, like, still pretty active. I guess his ult just gives you, like, attack speed. It's a little bit generic. But the cool thing about this hero was swapping between melee and range. That's what really made this hero fun. And then, like, having two different abilities based on that swap. That's the bread and butter. That mechanic I like. And this hero's just fun to play in general. It's a solid... I'm gonna say A tier. This is A tier for me. Tusk is also at least A tier, maybe S tier. Super cool mechanics, super fun to play. Characteristically, design-wise and concept-wise, really cool, like, original. This might even be S tier, because I played this hero a lot in the offlane, and I just had, I don't know, did a lot about it. Wait, you're on your way back from school? You finished early because you had a big test. Nice, dude. Feels good, man, getting off school early. Actually, feels amazing, man. How do you think you did on the test? Do you think you passed or failed? Like, if you had to guess. Is this S... maybe A tier. Maybe it's not quite S tier. But this hero's really cool and fun. Yeah, I think A tier. A tier is good. His name is eluding me. Underlord? There we go. Underlord. So he used to be... He used to be like the Doomlord Kazakh or something model in Warcraft 3. He wasn't called Underlord, he was called Pitlord. Underlord is actually a better name. That's a much better name. Oh, Pit of Malice, though. Pit of Malice. Oh, it's such a... This hero's great. He's not that... I don't know if he's that good, but I like the concept. I'm going to say A tier. Undying. Awesome fucking hero. Easy. Easy 100. Wow, that's some confidence, dude. Easy 100. English is not our first language, and I know English really well. Oh, no kidding, dude. That's awesome. What is your first language, if you don't mind me asking? Obviously, if you're just getting back from school, and it's 4 a.m. here, you must be, like, on the other side of the world. Tusk references Falcon Punch. That's a +1. Exactly, dude. Agreed. Yeah. Tusk is a solid hero concept. Hebrew. Oh, wow. Interesting, dude. That's awesome. Hebrew. Wait, what? Hebrew? Wow. Like Israel, or... roughly? Like the Jewish descent. Very interesting, dude. Yeah, native to Israel. So that, I'm assuming that's relatively where you're from. Oh, nice, nice. Dude, oh, it's 12 noon there? Dude, crazy. I work with a team like I do QA, software QA for work, and I have some coworkers that work out of Bulgaria. I'm trying to think of the name of the city. Shit. I think it's this city. Is that like, I'm trying to figure out, is that like at all close to, where the fuck is Israel in relation to Bulgaria? I'm sorry if my geography is really bad. I mean, it's honestly, okay, here's Israel. Okay. Dude, that's actually wild. So here's the thing. That's why they start at 4 a.m. our time. I never thought about that. So the guys that I work with, they're starting right now. They've already started work. They start at 4 a.m., which is, I guess, roughly noon their time. Because they get off in the evening. It's usually like later at night when they get done with work. And it ends up being like noon our time. So they would get off probably... It's probably like 8 p.m. their time that they get off, maybe. Something like that. Huh. That's crazy. Unfortunately, I don't speak any of the language that they speak. I mean, they speak perfect English anyway. And we are an American-based company, so it makes sense. They're actually they're contracted. Yeah. Dude, that's crazy, man. Watching from Israel. Pretty cool. A language game? Yeah, I'd be down. Wait, is it gonna take a long time? Because I seriously have to go to bed, dude. It's 4 a.m. and I'm supposed to start work at like 8 a.m. I'm not gonna get any sleep tonight. To be fair, I can start working a little later and just like I could start working at like 9 or 10 and just get off a little later. But then that means I get on stream later and then the cycle continues and it gets worse. But hopefully it doesn't take a long, I could play a language game, yeah, if it doesn't take a long time. If it's like quick. I'm almost done with this. Okay, Undying. This hero is special to me because in Dota 1, he was very different. This hero was very different. He still had Soul Rip, but like his Q that removes strength didn't exist. Tombstone... I don't think Tombstone existed at all, and if it did, it worked very differently. And then his ult was actually kind of similar. His ult is one of the only things that's... Well, his ult and Soul Rip, I guess, were like mostly this unchanged. Soul Rip, I think, is almost entirely unchanged with the exception of a couple tweaks to like numbers here and there. His ult, I think, is largely unchanged, but the other two, I think, were very different. In Dota 1, though, he could spawn like almost an infinite amount of zombies. Like I played games with him where the game lagged out. Like there were so many zombies being spawned that it lagged out. It used to be based on corpses that were around. And if you were smart about pushing lanes with the hero, you could just amass hundreds of zombies and you could control them. So like in Dota, in the current version with Tombstone, he can spawn zombies, but you can't control them at all. They just run at enemies randomly and whatever, and like they just... But in Dota 1, you could control this massive wave of like hundreds of zombies, and it was like arguably unstoppable unless you had a counter like Axe or something, and even that wasn't great because you could the thing is, Soul Rip pulled from everything around, and there was like, I don't think there was a cap on it back then on the amount of units it could pull from, so they could get you super low. You could Soul Rip all of your 100 zombies and be at 100 HP in an instant. Like you could like 100% HP. It was crazy. I will put a word in chat and you need to try to read it. Okay. All right. Yeah, shoot. Somebody else did this with me. He was from like Sweden. He was trying to teach me Swedish, I believe. But yeah, this hero, maybe not as cool as he used to be, but he's definitely like really cool in my opinion overall. I don't know if he's S tier. If it was the old version, he'd be S tier. The current version of him, I don't like him as much. I'm going to say A tier. Solid hero, though. Ursa is fun. Very straightforward. Fury Stripes is kind of overpowered. Overpower, which gives you the attack speed, is a little bit boring and generic, but it synergizes nicely. Earth Shock or whatever, which slows people. Again, kind of generic. His ult even, just like... It's like a purge and a damage reduction thing. He's kind of generic, but he's a fun hero, and he's just like... He's a bear. He's Fuzzy Wuzzy. You know, in Dota 1, they had alternate names for all of the heroes, and most of the time you would just see their normal name, like Ursa or Ursa Warrior, but you had a small % chance of getting the alternate name in a game, and his was Fuzzy Wuzzy. And it's just like, I don't know. I just have fond memories of this hero. This is A tier. Vengeful Spirit, fucking S tier. And I'll tell you why in a second. What the fuck? Dude, I don't think I can read... Wait. I can't... I don't even know where to start. The symbols are completely foreign, so I wouldn't even know how to make the sound that the symbol would be. It looks like a backwards C with like a W and then like an N and another N, but like a slightly more curled leg on the second N. I know that means... which would amount to, like, if I were to... It'd be like Quinn. Dude, I don't even know where to start. Yeah, like Quinn. Like, this is... Okay, if I were to spell it in English, if I were to try to spell it in English, this English, it would look like this. C-W-N-N. And like a small N. Or like a curled N or something. Quinn. You'll type the word in English? Okay, yeah. I feel like I'm not going to get very far on this. Okay. Mashev? Mashev? Mashev. That's how I would pronounce... If I was reading that in English, I'd pronounce it Mashev. Wait, it's right to left? Oh, what the fuck? Vesham? Vesam. Vesam. Wait, Vesham? Vesham. 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 The H. Vesham. 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 Is the SH part wrong? The shush? Is it just S? Like, is it Vesam? Vesam? Yeah, no, that's what you... Yeah, in your language, it's right to left. Oh, I see. Okay. So you're saying the Hebrew version is right to left. The English version is left to right. So massive, or Mashav. It's from the... Okay. So English is still left to right. Okay. That's why... When you said that, I was like so confused. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? Okay. So Masev? 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 Whoa, there was just like a loud noise right below me. Hold on. Sound like somebody just like busted somebody's door down. Like below me though. What the fuck was that? Go to translate TTS. Okay. How do I use... Wait, Google Translate's already going to do it, I think. Okay. Can I copy paste this? Let me try. Wait, that'll tell me the translation, though. I don't want to cheat. Wait. Shit. Google TTS. Text to speech Google Cloud. Yeah, but this is like the... Try it free? No, go back. Text to speech with Google Drive. Where's like a TTS reader? How about this? Write something here and click play. Okay, it didn't read that at all, which is fine. Let's try this. What the fuck? It's not playing it. Free text-to-speech online with output. Wait, Mashev. Mashev? Mishev. Is that right? Mishev? Mishev. It's like, it sounds like Michelle. Sort of, well, okay, no, kind of. Mishev. Okay, now let's look at Google Translate. Is it just google.translate? Or translate.google? I don't even remember what the fucking... Let's just do this. I thought you could type like translate.google.com or something. No, that's not right. Go to Google okay. Let me try to paste this back in and detect the language. Hebrew detected. Oh, look at that. It even puts it like to the, it's like right aligned. Because it's right to left, like you said. Oh, computer. Wait, so how do I... How can I make them like play, like speak this part?
Computer.
I want to hear that part. Voice output isn't available for detect language. Wait, well then swap it.
Computer. Computer.
Wait, why can't I like listen to it? Okay. How to pronounce... Wait. Fuck. How can I search for this? Wait, Hebrew pronunciation. This is a dictionary. Yeah, but can I hear it? Like, I want to... Oh, wait, maybe this will work. Right? Is this it?
מחשב.
We found it. Whoa, that's way different. Hold on.
מחשב.
Mahshev. Is that right, dude? Mahshev. Wait.
מחשב.
Mahshev. Wait, let me read it again. Yeah, Mahshev.
מחשב.
Makhshev. Is it too harsh on the part? Makhshev? Or is it too much of the sh, the shev? Shh. Wait.
מחשב.
Makhshev.
מחשב.
Makhshev.
מחשב.
Makhshev.
מחשב.
מחשב נייד.
קובצי מחשב.
מחושב.
מחשב ניסה.
Makhshev Nissan. What do you say?
מחשב לוח.
Luach.
משחקי מחשב.
משחק מחשב.
Misach Mashev. I don't know what they're saying, but
מקלדת מחשב.
hopefully it's not Monka TOS. Whoa, that one sounded weird.
מדען מחשב.
מטען מחשב.
Holy shit, okay. Alright, yeah, sure, dude. Hit me up with another word. Oh my god, it's 4:30 a.m. I'm almost done, dude. I'm almost done. Relax. Venomancer. Okay, Poison Snake. I've always thought this hero was like a little bit boring overall. Pretty boring just in general. Like you just put up wards and you have some passives. His first ability, like Venom Spit or whatever, is like pretty underwhelming. Although I think they've recently buffed it. His ult is just like an AoE poison dot thing. Pretty C tier. I do not like Visage. Here's the thing. I like this hero conceptually, but like, man, I hate playing this hero. And I hate playing against it if they're good. He looks really cool though. Probably D tier. Maybe C tier for like concepts. D tier. Weaver. So fun to play, but a little bit too passive. Like his little bugs are kind of like not that cool of a spell. Shukuchi is an amazing spell. Time Lapse is a really cool spell. And I guess Geminate attack. Okay, Geminate is a pretty original attack. It's like a double attack on a ranged hero. That's pretty unique. Weaver is fun to play. He's just kind of like he's a bug. He's a little bit boring. His early game is really slow. He gets fun later though. I'm gonna say B tier. Wind Ranger, A tier. I love this hero. The only reason it's not S tier is because it actually is S tier. This is a great hero. It's just such a well-balanced hero. It's such a well-designed hero. Just she's got a great lockdown ability. She's got power shot for a nice nuke. Wind Run is a great defensive ability. Her ult scales really well into the late game, and it scales really nicely with damage items and stuff. Just a great hero overall. Fun as hell to play. Cool cosmetics. She's hot. She's a redhead. I mean, damn, you know what I mean? I never explained why VS. Harder one. Breeze Sprinter, S tier. That's pretty nice. Breeze Sprinter. Okay. Let's go to translate. Let's go here first. I want to go here first, and I want to listen to it. Wait, is that not the game? How do I play this game without cheating? You give me a word. I look at the definition first. Because if I look at the definition, then I already know what word it is. If I translate it, it's like cheating, because then it tells me what the word is. Let me hear it first and see if I can somehow guess what it would be, even though I wouldn't be able to. Or actually, wait, no. The game is to try to pronounce the English version of it first. Okay, never mind. Keyboard. Okay. Keyboard. Wait, no, that cheated. No, I need... Okay, here's what I need. I need the English spelling of the Hebrew word. If that makes sense. Yeah, I think I just fucked it up, right? Because I looked at the definition first. Fuck. Try to... Because, like, if I read it, this... Like, reading this doesn't... Like, I don't know what any of these symbols mean, so I can't read it. You know what I mean? Like, it's impossible for me to start reading this at all because I don't know what these symbols are supposed to represent. I don't know what they're supposed to sound like. But if you gave me the English spelling of this word, I could try to pronounce that. I mean, of course, we already know that. Let's hear it.
Mikledet.
Miklevet. See, here's what you should do. Here's what you should do, Sniper. You should give me, like, if this is the word, right? You should give me this word, but in the English spelling, like using the English alphabet and using English letters. And then once I have that, then I can try to say it and try to guess what it is.
Mikledet.
But I guess I need this too to be able to search it here. Miklevet.
Mikledet.
Miklevet. How would I spell that? Probably like that. Here's how I would guess that I would spell this. Wait. Was there a K? Fuck. Miklevet. This is how I would try to spell it, maybe. If I was to... If I heard this and I was like... I would probably try to spell it like that. Miklevet? Wait.
Mikledet.
Wait, that sounds like a B now. Miklebit? Wait.
Mikledet.
Or a D. Mikledit. Let me pause my music. Hold on.
Mikledet. Mikledet.
מקלדת מחשב.
It is a D. Correction, boys. Mikledit. Mikledit. Is that... Am I doing this right? I feel like I broke the game. We tried to play a nice, wholesome game here, and I just fucked it up. I cheated. Okay, I never said why Venge. Why Venge is S tier. Venge is S tier for two reasons. A, she's pretty hot. Like, let's be honest. B, her conceptually, this hero's really cool. Like, vengeful spirit. Like, it just, I don't know. I like the idea of it. And actually, okay, there's three reasons. Three reasons. This hero's really versatile. In the most recent version of Dota, they've made it so that she is considered to be a viable core hero. However, as early as Dota 1, people were playing this hero as a core. Why? Because it's an agility hero. And agility heroes scale really well into the late game, and especially in Dota 1 they used to. And her overall toolkit kind of makes sense for an okay, like, agility carry. The biggest problem is that she'd be like one of the weakest agility carries out of any of the other options back in Dota 1, whereas like now she's actually viable, like can contend with other top carries. That said, she's still typically better as a support, most likely, I think, just because of the way her toolkit is, but like super fun to play. You have a very reliable single star target stun, which admittedly is kind of boring. You have a Wave of Terror, which reduces armor, and again, it does a little bit of damage as well. It gives you vision too. It's a little bit boring, admittedly, but it's solid. You have a passive that I believe also reduces armor or increases damage or something like that. It's like a damage aura. It's pretty... She's actually almost B tier, or I mean A tier, because she's a little bit like stale. But then you get to swap. As soon as you mentioned swap, Nether Swap, I guess, is the full name or the old name. I think it's just called Swap now. that ability is so fun and so clutch in certain situations, and like it's one of those this is a big ass playmaker ability. Get some spell range with things like Aether Lens and like a talent, and maybe even like a Force Staff to get you in and out of position quickly, and it's fucking god tier. Swap is such a strong spell. It's playmaker type of situation, which is again in line with like these other guys. It's not a AoE. That's the only difference. Well, not the only difference, but you get what I'm saying. Great fucking hero though. Winter Wyvern, actually pretty cool conceptually, but kind of not that fun to play all the time, but pretty solid. I'm gonna give it a B tier. Witch Doctor, awesome hero. I love this hero. The things bouncing around. Maledict is like a really strong spell. Maledict is so fun. His ultimate, albeit is channeled, is really strong too. He's got the AoE heal that you can toggle on and off. Really cool hero. I just like the character behind him too. The voice acting for this hero is phenomenal. He's like, oh yeah, like this guy, he really sounds like a tribal, like islander kind of whatever. I'm gonna say A tier. I like this hero a lot. He's really fun. Wraith King, boring as fuck. Even before when he used to be Skeleton King, he was boring as fuck. They've spiced him up a little bit, but he's still boring as fuck. I just don't like the hero. Sorry, D tier. Not a fan. And finally, last but absolutely not least, in any sense of the word, motherfucking Zeus. Zeus is my guy, dude. Zeus is S tier. Zeus is actually S tier. Here's why. He's fucking Zeus. He's fucking Zeus, dude. He's the god of fucking lightning and thunder, and he's just awesome. I will say the only thing I don't like is that he looks like... he looks like a Keebler elf, dude. The biggest problem with Zeus is he looks like a fucking Keebler elf. That's it. Otherwise, he's literal god tier because he's an actual god. Because he's fucking Zeus. What's not to like, dude? Lightning bolts. Shits on the mid lane. He's got the little arc lightning, which is just like zapping and annoying you. Zzz, zzz. He's got the fucking passive thing that does damage to you based on health missing or something like that. His ult hits everybody on the map. Big AoE explode. Everybody gets electrocuted, man. Great fucking hero. Fantastic hero. So fun to play. Super active, too. Grab like an Octarine Core, a Blink Dagger, a fucking Bloodstone, you know, a Yules for some mobility and obviously mana regen and shit. He's so fun. Definitely S tier. Great hero. I love this hero. All right. We're done, boys. We made it. Zeus around the map, dude? Yeah. Oh, Michlid. Wait. That was keyboard. I spelled it. This is how I try. Okay. Fucking, ugh. I hate that feature. I actually hate that feature where you shake something and everything minimizes. I fucking hate it. This is how I tried to spell it. This is actual spelling. And this is pronunciation. Mikledet. Wow, I was way off. I just threw a bunch of random H's in there because I saw it in the word computer and I just assumed... Yeah, I know nothing about the language, obviously. All right, we finally made it. Here we are. It's 4:45 a.m., boys. It's literally almost 5 a.m. You know, to be totally honest, I might not even sleep tonight. It'd be smarter for me to not sleep and to just go to work early and sleep after work. Like, go to work early, get off early, and then sleep afterwards. That might be the smarter choice here. It's literally like... It's almost 5 a.m. I'd normally be getting up in like an hour, maybe 2 hours from now. Holy shit, this was a bad choice. Do you realize that this... Well, to be fair, I did that other list too. I did the second food tier list, which took like a long time. But this took me like 2 hours, dude. Holy shit. Worth. I think this was a worthwhile experience. I don't think I would change anything about this. Like I said, I could go through and go like left to right on all this, of which I think is like, but nah, we're not doing that. It doesn't, because I feel like with this amount of options, it doesn't matter as much. The only thing, I mean, like maybe S tier would be the only one I would do it for, because there's the fewest options in here, and even that would be tough. I'm thinking about it right now. I don't even know. Good shit, dude. All right, let's save it.